You know, a whole new wave of technology is about to completely change our relationship with broken things. We're talking about a super high-tech revolution in how we repair stuff, and it's all part of what people are calling Industry 4.0. The goal? To finally make our throwaway culture a thing of the past. I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. What if broken wasn't the end of the story, but just a temporary glitch? We are right on the edge of a massive shift away from that use it and lose it mindset and into a future where fixing things is way smarter, faster, and just more efficient than ever before. All right, before we dive into all the cool futuristic tech, we gotta understand the system we're trying to move away from. So let's take a quick look at the big problem with our current throwaway model. For decades, pretty much our entire economy has run on this really simple but really flawed model. We take resources from the earth, we make products, we use them, and then we dispose of them. It's a one-way street to the landfill, and it's just incredibly wasteful. It's a system that just can't last. But there is a powerful alternative, the circular economy. Now, the goal here is simple, but it's totally revolutionary: to get rid of waste entirely. Instead of that straight line to the dump, it's a closed loop. We keep products and materials in use for as long as we possibly can through repair, reuse, and, refurbishment. So the big question is, how do we actually make this circular model a reality? Well, this is where Industry 4.0 comes into play. A whole suite of new technologies is giving our recovery strategies a massive upgrade. And today we're going to focus on one of the most exciting: high-tech refurbishment. Now, this is not your grandpa's workshop repair, okay? Refurbishing 4.0 uses some seriously advanced technology to not only fix the product, but to actually make it even better than it was before. It's all about dramatically extending its life. And it all starts with a whole new way of seeing the problem. So, step one in any repair is figuring out what's wrong, right? Diagnosis. And for years, that meant taking everything apart piece by piece. It takes forever, and you always risk breaking something else in the process. But now we can inspect things with what feels like X-ray vision, all thanks to augmented reality. AR is wild. It basically gives technicians superpowers. They can see inside a machine without even picking up a screwdriver, overlay digital instructions right onto the real equipment, and even have an expert from halfway across the world looking over their shoulder, virtually, to guide the repair. It's a total game changer. And look, this isn't science fiction. It's already happening. Companies like Caterpillar are using their LiveShare system to do exactly this. A technician out in the field can stream what they're seeing to a remote expert, who can then just draw and annotate on their screen in real time, guiding the repair from thousands of miles away. Think about how much downtime and travel that cuts down on. Okay, so AR helps us diagnose the problem. Fantastic. But what about that next classic roadblock? Trying to find a replacement part, especially for an older product. Well, that's where another game-changing technology steps in: additive manufacturing. You probably know it as 3D printing. We've all been there. A single, tiny, broken plastic gear or some specific little bracket makes an entire appliance totally useless just because the manufacturer stopped making that one part years ago. And traditionally, this is where the story ends. The product goes in the trash. But with additive manufacturing, it is no longer a dead end. It's incredible. As you can see here, you just 3D scan the broken part to create a perfect digital model. From that file, a 3D printer can create a brand new, perfect replacement right there on the spot. No supply chain, no waiting for shipping, no giant warehouses, just the exact part you need printed on demand. So let's just pause for a second and compare these two worlds. The old way involved taking everything apart, a lot of guesswork leading to long downtimes while you just hoped and prayed you could find a spare part somewhere. Refurbishing 4.0, it's precise, it's fast, it's digitally enabled, and it turns the idea of an unavailable part into print it right now. So when you put these amazing technologies together, you start to see that they're not just about fixing individual things. They are the actual fundamental building blocks for that bigger vision of a truly circular economy. And this all connects directly back to those goals of the circular economy. This tech helps slow the loop by just keeping products working longer. It narrows the loop because we're using way fewer resources. I mean, you're just printing one part, not making a whole new device. And it closes the loop by saving products that absolutely would have been thrown away otherwise. The payoff here is huge. We get a world with so much less waste. But it's more than that. We also get higher quality refurbished products because the repairs are just so much more precise. And the whole process of getting value back from a broken item is just dramatically faster. So, this all leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. For decades, we've designed products knowing they had a limited lifespan. But now that technology is giving us the power to repair, to upgrade, and to extend the life of almost anything, well, it forces us to rethink design itself. What will we create when we finally start designing things with the intention of making them last forever?